Wow, today was a crazy lucky day. So I go to get my new air pump. I love it. I had an air pump that was old and I accidentally ran it over, right? I moved my car with it and I ran it over. Bummer. But I got a new one and this thing is lighter. This thing is faster. It has air vents in the better spots. The cable to fill it up is longer. There's like 10 things about it I love, right? And it was like 29 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. So yeah. Oh yeah, it fills it up so much faster. It's like where my air pump would take time to do 0.1 psi, this thing does 0.5 in the same amount of time. It is way quicker. Awesome, right? Really cool looking, better display, better controls, lighter. The air vents are in a better spot. Everything about it's way better, right? So really happy with that. Yeah. That old air pump was bumming me out because it would be like I'd have to put it on and it would get hot and have to stop. Yeah, for real, this thing would get hot and it would tucker out. This one, I pumped up my tire and it wasn't even the slightest bit warm. It was just done. Just did it. Everyone gave it 5 stars. I was like, yeah, it's a good product. It's a good product. So that's the first lucky bit of news. Second bit of lucky news is I had another camper pull up next to me and I was like, oh boy, who is this? It was these 2 hot bitches. These 2 fucking fine bitches. And I was like, I didn't start a conversation, but I was just like feeling lucky, you know? No, it is like when Charlie Kirk was my enemy, right? He supported Israel for what happened to. I don't support Israel. I am a circumcision victim. I do not support Israel at all. I know exactly what time it is. I've read those chapters in the Talmud that give permission for sex with kids. I am not with it at all. Not at all. Israel should not exist. You should not be trying to fulfill biblical prophecy. You guys are crazy. Now, I will say the Muslims are crazy too. They also circumcise and they believe some nutty ass shit. But I don't think you should join them. I don't think you should try to be the other half of the nut job sandwich. I think you should just let it go. You know, I don't support Israel. Nope. What happened to Palestine was sad. You know, these are people who didn't have any skin in the game like that. These were civilians. And so like I was Charlie Kirk's enemy. He loved the Bible. He loved God. And he was fine with Israel. And I told him all the time, the Bible's a genital mutilation hoax. The Bible is a hoax. You have to print why is the Bible paper, you know what the Bible paper is called? Bible paper is called Indian paper. Isn't that weird? And Krishna and the Vedas predate Jesus. So what's that mean? So anyway, the Bible is a pedo rape hoax. That's what it is, just like the other religions. And so Charlie Kirk was like, oh, Bible this, Bible that. I love Jesus. And then he was like, oh, little kids got shot. Oh, well, that's what we need for the Second Amendment. And so it's like, I was not Charlie Kirk's friend at all. At all. I would write him. I wasn't like, I hope you die, Charlie. I never said that. But I was like, this dude needs to learn. This dude needs to learn. So anyway. Yeah, I watched the full up close gory video of him getting shot over and over the heads. How many Palestinians was he fine with getting shot? How many school kids was he fine with getting shot, you know? He thought that's what we need, right? Well, he got it. So anyway, the day before he gets shot, I get a silver coin that's rated number 2,227. I get a hotel room. The hotel room is room 207. Parked in front of the hotel room is a truck with Thanos as the license plate. Thanos, you know, the god of death. And the car is covered with Second Amendment stickers, right? We the people, pictures of an AR-15, Second Amendment. It's a clean truck. It's lifted. And this is what happens, right? This truck is in my parking spot. The window of my hotel room has a spot, and this truck is in it, so I have to park next to him, right? And this guy leaves at some point. He goes out to get something, and I take his spot because it's closer to my room. And he didn't react. He was just cool. He just was whatever, you know. But when I take the spot, I notice all this oil on the ground, like a big spill of oil. Like I'm touching it. I'm out there with a flashlight. I'm touching my car. I'm like, what is going on here? And so it was like really weird, right? Since then, I've driven around and I've checked underneath my car. There's no oil anymore. So wherever this oil spill came from was somebody else. And I was like, was that me? But it wasn't, right? So yeah, it's really weird that I got 2227 coin, room 207, and this Second Amendment guy named Thanos was parked right in front of my freaking house. So I think that was a Charlie Kirk premonition. I think that Charlie Kirk was my enemy. I think that Charlie Kirk was the enemy of a lot of people. Any baby boy, any little girl. You know, Charlie Kirk was a sellout. He received money in exchange for betraying everyone, right? And so he got fucking shot. I didn't ask for it, but I definitely didn't feel like he was an innocent victim. You know, I felt like that, like, that fucking hitting him in the neck. See, if he had got, it was like the guy was a good hunter, because it's like, if I hit that artery, he'll die, right? No questions. I shoot him in the head, he could live, right? Which is true. So he got him in the neck in the perfect spot. And I'll tell you what, while he was getting shot in the neck, I had a brand new necklace. I had these beads set out for weeks, all prepared. And I had just, like the day before, I had just picked up all this metal. And I was in the process, I was in the active process of making this necklace when he got shot. So I put this like gold and silver and copper necklace with all the stones. This thing has over 54 varieties of crystal on it, right? All unique, all over the world. It's a powerful necklace, spaced out with gold, spaced out with silver, and spaced out with copper. I made a powerful artifact. I made something really, and the other thing is I've got these like titanium quartz spear points. I've had this necklace for like 5 years, and I cut it, and I took all the titanium quartz spear point like shards, and I've been putting them in jars I've buried and like hidden in nature for years. I'm down to just a tiny handful, like 10, right? And so I took one of the last ones, I found the best one, and I put that on the necklace too. That was item number 60, right? So, yeah, I've got so much on there. So many unique and interesting crystals from all over the world. I've got both types of jade, you know, jadeite and nephrite. I've got pyrite. I've got quartz, one of them. I've got a citrine, one of them. I've got a turquoise, one of them. You know, I've got an obsidian, one of them. I have a tourmaline, one of them. The only things I got duplicates of are the fluorite, because I have the fluorite and the agate, because I got different colors of those. So I have different like copies of those, and the silver and the gold and the copper. And I was putting that necklace on when my enemy, Charlie Kirk, was my enemy, because I told him the Bible's a genital mutilation hoax. I told him that, you know, what's happening in Palestine is wrong. You should not be killing civilian structures. So many people have died from those attacks. Israel does not have the right to evacuate people to steal land. It's just a greedy land grab. They just want the land. They're like, we want some beachfront property, and these people are in the way, so we're going to act like there's a problem. So those Bible prophecies are dangerous, right? If the Creator made everything and the Creator can speak, why does the Bible come out of a printer? And why do you have to talk for him, right? This idea that the creator of everything, told some special men the truth, and that they're to share it with everyone is a bit of funny business. It's a hoax. Most people are too egoistic. They're going to be like, I didn't know. You know, they're gonna defend their actions. But the truth is that it's a hoax. So yeah, I got way lucky. I may have been skipped for winning the Powerball last jackpot. I'm playing again. You know, even winning the smallest jackpot they got, if you win the 20 million, which is the smallest it gets, you get $400,000 a year after tax in annuity. Wouldn't that be nice? 10x my income. That would be amazing. Get paid like a CEO. So, yeah, and anything bigger than that, you get, 40 million, 100 million, 1 point something billion. Those two winners are rich. So yeah. But yeah, so anyway, I may have been missed for the lotto, but I definitely won the lotto when it came to the Thanos guy leaking oil in my spot. The leaking oil was his blood, because his blood was black, like the same color. The leaking, when oil is mixed with mud, it turns like dark red. And that's what color it was. It was like this dark red oil, right? And yeah, Second Amendment. He was all gun rights, and it came back to bite him in the butt. So anyway, I'm announcing that I support gun control. Yeah, do you need an automatic weapon? Do you? How are you going to fight the government if they have cruise missiles and tanks? You basically have having a gun to fight the government becomes irrelevant. This is what I believe in. I support an AI watching everything. And the AI is not a cop, but it will report victim-causing behaviors. If you're causing victims, then the AI should just tattletale. Be like, he's got someone in a cage. He's getting weapons to plan an attack. But the trick with the AI is it tattletales on the government too. Is that the AI basically is like, it'll tattletale on what the government does, and it'll tattletale on what the makers of the AI do. Then it's perfect. So that's what I support. Am I really into gun control? I mean, would it help? Charlie Kirk was shot with a hunting rifle, right? Something with a scope for shooting an animal far away. He wasn't shot with an automatic weapon. I think it had a silencer. It maybe had a silencer. But yeah, he fucking died. First he gets shot, and it's like, it ripples his body, right? And then it's just a little bit of blood, and he's like this, right? He's just obviously immediately like a rush of pain. And then all of a sudden, like, the next spurt of blood is like a little heavy. The next spurt of blood is super heavy. Like, he just bled out immediately. Like, he just lost, he hit his arteries, and he likely went unconscious pretty fast. He was shot. So, hey, I was putting on a new necklace with gold and silver and copper. And Charlie, who supported what happened to Palestine, Charlie, who supports the rape of kids. Oh, he had a family. So did the Palestinians. All the Palestinians who were bombed had families too. So yeah, you know what happened to Charlie? He fucking died. So, hey, he was my enemy. He was. You're not allowed to bomb people. You're not allowed to shoot kids. What Israel's doing to Palestine is straight up genocide. And God and Jesus and the Bible is a baby rape hoax. He had a family. They look lifeless. Charlie Kirk with his family look like the hollow shell individuals, right? They look like the lifeless non-people, right? There's no genuine joy, no real attractiveness, no real anything. So yeah, Charlie Kirk, he got what was coming to him. So, hey. I feel bad, like, all those shootings. That must be really sad. Hey, I made this little child, this baby, our baby, and then some ex-student who's angry comes there and brutalizes and kills everybody. It's definitely sad. But it's, you know, to me, the shooters are often wounded people. Is that the Catholics are pedophiles? That's just what they are. There is zero chance Jesus Christ is required for salvation. There's zero chance Jesus Christ is God incarnate. There's 1,000% chance the Bible is a baby rape hoax. 1,000%, right? And so when you have former Catholics coming back with a gun, I'll admit it's sad, but we all know why it happened. Nobody goes to Baskin Robbins to shoot up a Baskin Robbins. They go to the place that cut their cock, right? So, if you torture somebody like, hey, I want you to cut his dick skin off so his dickhead is out all the time, and if they're constantly bothered by that experience, yeah, it's sad he shot you up, but you're a bunch of motherfucking pedophiles. What do you expect? So, yeah. I was an enemy of Charlie Kirk. I was like, this dude needs to stop. The only reason he has money is to cut the boys. The only reason Israel has money is because they cut boys, right? The reason they prop up these people is not because the prophecies are true. It's because you live with a bunch of scammy motherfuckers, literally. They just want to breed and they don't want anyone to touch their favorite women, and they pretended to be God to cut baby dicks off. That's really what it is. And so Charlie Kirk, you know, he went out there and he stood out there and he said, this is my fight. I'm going to defend that. You're butchering people in Palestine? That's what God wanted. We're going to go. I believe in Jesus. They asked him when he died, how you want to be remembered? He goes, my faith in Jesus. And the time the shooter shot him was beautiful, right? He had just said there were too many trans shooters, right? There's 5, right? The questioner didn't disagree with him. He's like, yeah, 5 is too many. 1 is too many. I agree with you. But there's like 3,400 non-trans shooters, right? And then what he says is he goes, do you know how many school shootings there were in total? And he goes, are we including gang violence? Which might be an interesting point. Maybe they don't include gang violence. Maybe one is black people shooting black people or Mexicans shooting Mexicans or other. They may categorize that different. That wasn't a mass shooting. That was gang violence, right? Maybe they count it different. Maybe they do. I don't know. I know that I've never been in a gang. I was in the military. I didn't shoot anybody in the military. I was a vegetarian. I was against things like torture. I was 1,000% for stopping people planning attacks on civilians. 1,000,000% beside that. Yeah. You want to use intelligence gathering techniques to figure out who's building bombs and bombing civilians? Absolutely. I support you. You know, anything else? Where's the gold? Getting the oil? You know, let's shoot some people for fun. I reported all of that. I like absolutely anything like that I ever heard, which wasn't much. I freaking said something and I was like, this is not right. So, what's up, Chipmunk? I brought food for him. They recognized me. It's like daddy's home. Yeah, I brought the big bag of seeds. So anyway, yeah, I think I did a good job. Mostly I was in the military because I had to look at dicks because I got circumcised. So I was like, I want to see everybody's cocks. Who's packing what? And I saw like what an uncircumcised dick looks like. They robbed me. They hurt me. And it's one of the reasons I became like, a lot of people get circumcised and they just like wear clothes 24/7 and get married and have a few kids. They don't actually like get into it like, what's a dick really supposed to be? What's sex really like? You know what I mean? They don't really get into that. And they were forbidden by the church because they know they robbed them. It's like if he finds out what sex really is and if he finds out what dicks really are, he's going to realize what we did. And that's what happened is I realized what they did. I realized that Donald Trump is a lying pedophile. The FBI and the CIA are both lying pedophiles. The whole government, both sides of the aisle, are pedophiles who work for pedophiles. literally pedophiles. Now, I'm not saying it to be mean. They are literally pedophiles. So that's easy to prove, factually substantial. So when Charlie Kirk goes, hey, I love Jesus, and, you know, go Israel, he signed his death warrant. Karma, because the universe sent me a sign. The universe sent me a sign with the Thanos truck covered in Second Amendment stuff, leaking oil everywhere. The universe sent me a sign. That happened the day before. And when I was putting on my new necklace, which I'm wearing for like protective power, I'm not wearing this because I think it looks cool. I'm wearing it because I think it does something. That's the truth. I'm wearing it because I believe, right? So I think these crystals like vibrate on an energy. So yeah, I was putting on a new necklace when Charlie Kirk was getting shot in the neck. And there's a great video where this guy's grilling him. He's like, there were 3,400 school shootings, right? I think it's like as of 2025 or in 2025 or something like that. And Charlie Kirk, right when that happened, he was rubbing his neck just like this, right? He knew. He had it coming. So you can't support things that are bad. You got to think about it. Would I want someone to do that to me? That's literally it. It includes Jesus too. You crucified Jesus. If you really go, the creator of the universe wanted that to happen, you've lost the plot. You've gone insane. You have identified the bad days as a message from God, right? And it's not that at all, right? So you have to choose more carefully. When you see a dead guy on a cross, you have to say, that's not for me. That's a smart person. Hey, accept the blood of Jesus. No, I'm going to say that was a crime. I will not accept the blood of Jesus. That's a smart person. Okay, I'll accept the blood of Jesus. I'll put the lamb's blood over my door. Now you're a blood magician. Did you know that? If you accept the blood of Jesus and put blood over your door, you're a fucking blood magician. They got you. So these are pedos who rape kids. They do not care about your life at all. In fact, they probably watch the carnage with some sort of entertainment. They probably think it's fun. Like, got him. So yeah. Messed up. Anyway, yeah. This spot is so good. But yeah, that wasn't really why I wanted to make the video. I was talking about the chicks earlier, like the cute chicks. It got better. I went to get another pizza. I had a pizza yesterday, and I'm like, I want another pizza. And I got this pizza, and I had bought my own Parmesan, so it is loaded right now with Parmesan. Pretty tasty. And while I'm sitting there waiting for it to cook, like, usually it's been like dudes coming in. This time it was like two cute girls came in and they were like waiting. And then like more and more kept coming. And then it was this gaggle of like laughing, giddy girls. Like probably 20s, in their 20s. And I was like, dang, they're hot, some of them. And literally as I'm sitting there, like the hottest one, the absolute bummest babe they had come up and put her butt right in my face. And I know this from having been a pickup artist and biology. In biology, they call this presenting. Is that you think when a girl likes you, she's going to like stare at you and flirt at you. But really what she'll do most of the time is she'll show you her ass. Right? It's like mounting behavior. Right? And so she just was standing there and she was fucking gorgeous. Upper arm longer than her lower arm, real girl. And she was leading. She came up and she was like, where do we want to sit? Like right here. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is right on me. So yeah, Charlie Kirk got shot and then I got handed a gaggle of women. Yeah, that felt pretty good. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was my enemy. I wrote him many times expressing why he was wrong and what he could do better. And he said, ignore, right? He said, I'm going to go out there and get those liberal tears. I'm not a liberal. I've never voted for a Democrat. I don't identify as a liberal. I don't identify as a liberal at all. But that's how he felt. So he got what was coming to him. He was fine when it was bombing Palestinian kids. He was fine when kids were getting shot in school. So he got shot. You know, and that was fate. Fate did that to him. I had the message. Thanos of the Second Amendment variety had a pile of blood like oil everywhere. And that happened the day before. And then I put on my necklace. I put on my new necklace. I was wearing a necklace when he was getting shot in the neck. So, yeah. I hope every single one of those pedos, from Donald Trump to the rest of them, I hope all those pedophiles are scared. I hope they're all fucking scared. Kids got shot, no gun control. Charlie Kirk, a Jesus-loving Republican pundit. Oh no! Now we should have gun control. Do I support gun control? He got shot with a hunting rifle, baby. I don't hunt. I don't shoot animals. I do not shoot animals. I take it as they have enough problems as it is. Right? That synthetic leather is way better, right? So that's what happened. That's what happened. But yeah, no, it was beautiful. I had a gaggle of girls today, and it was like they kept like, as the numbers were increasing, I was like, they're getting hotter and hotter, and then they like, I was just sitting there, right? I was just sitting there off to the side. They had to move to get, she had to move to get her ass in my face. And so she comes up and parks her ass, this tall, skinny, cute girl comes up and she like parks her ass in my face and she's like, where do we want to sit? Like all feminine. And I was like, oh yeah. Looked good. Looked way good. Yeah, it was awesome. I won. I totally won. So, yeah. See, it would have been great if Charlie was like, you know, the Bible is suspicious. What's happening in Palestine is wrong. You know, he would have probably been saved. You know what I mean? But he just doubled down. He's like, nope, the Bible's the truth. It comes out of a printer. But see, here's the truth about Charlie. The money supports the lie. Right? This is why it's like all these people are like, he's a genius. He has all this money. And I'm like, you don't know what deals with the devil he made to get that money. Right? Having a large amount of money is extremely shameful. Confucius said that when the society is corrupt. Is the Bible about baby rape? Are they slaver pedophiles? Oh, you have a lot of their money? Okay, you're a fucking pedo. And that's the truth about Charlie Kirk, is he got the money and he was successful, but he sold everyone out. How many babies have been cut because Charlie, right? How many fucking people in Palestine were killed because he said he supports it? It's just good old Israel fighting for its right to survive. It's a baby rape hoax that's taken form as a nation. That's what it is. So, yeah, it's sad. Oh well. Thanks for watching. So yeah, that was the story. The coin luck with the room and the Thanos guy. Crazy. Absolutely remarkable synchronicity luck. Yeah. He got what he wanted. He was fine if some people were sacrificed in the name of Second Amendment rights. He said that's okay. All right. You would really be willing to let people die for something called an amendment? An amendment is so important to you. Hey, we didn't get it right the first time. Here's a little bit of a fix up. That is live by knowledge. You're going to live by that? Yeah. So do I support canceling the Second Amendment? I don't know, man. Would canceling the Second Amendment remove even a hunting rifle? But I do support AI watching everything and tattletaling victim-causing behavior, yeah. But my only rule with that is, the only way I support that is if it rats out the government too. If the AI that tattletales victim-causing behavior, if it'll do that for the makers of the AI and the government, then I'm fine with it. If the government's shielded, allowed to be secret, then you're fucked. It's no good. But if the maker of the AI is secret, then it's no good. But if the AI is truly like understands what's happening and will share anything with anyone, yeah, it could be the best force of good we ever had. Better than banning guns would be an AI that actually knows body continuity and understands what's happening. And if the AI rats out the government, perfect. No privileged people. Yeah, there's some things that don't matter, like so-and-so's playing Frisbee. It doesn't need to tell everyone someone's playing Frisbee. Someone's making pipe bombs. It should tell the actual policing authority someone's making pipe bombs. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then you could actually argue that you could have more guns then, because the actual criminals would have no place to hide. They'd have no place to like plan or plot, and they'd have no place to... I think guns are noisy. I don't come out here and shoot guns. When people come out here and shooting guns, I define that as a bad time. I'm like, well, the freaking nature is ruined now. Now we got freaking gunshots. So I don't think that's a good time, but I understand some people like it. I'm for hobbyists, mechanical engineering, sure. But, yeah. So, yeah. Well, I'm sidestepping the whole, like, Second Amendment issue for if there's an AI that knows what's happening and will tell victim-causing behaviors, we could say that would probably keep us safe. Someone wouldn't be able to... It's like the AI would see so-and-so planned on killing him, and he's going to the Charlie Kirk thing with a mask and a fucking gun. The AI could be like, red alert. You know what I mean? Probably detain the guy and get like a sexy psychologist to get him to spill the beans about why he's mad. Maybe work on it. So that to me would be a better solution than like giving the police the authority to take away all our weapons. So keep letting the AI watch everything for history is important. That'll change historical perspectives. The one thing historians always say is we don't really know, right? This is all we know. We haven't been able to find anything else about this, right? There's no more evidence of anything else around this happening. And so just having more story, having more evidence, knowing more would be like really cool for historians. So it would help them understand what happened better. So, and that's important. A lot of what I do is for future people to have nice lives, for real. The reason I oppose circumcision in the government is that cutting baby boys is clearly a crime that's causing crimes against women, right? And the reason I the reason I don't support the attacks on Palestine is you're bombing innocent people. And you're probably... all those people who watched what you did hate you now. And they will be looking for your downfall at any corner. And you know what they said is bring it. Right? So yeah, it's letting someone say, Netanyahu. What does Netanyahu sound like? Netting a Yahoo. He made the name up. It's his chosen name, Netanyahu. And it sounds like netting a Yahoo. Right? What a fucking nutcase society that is. So yeah, Charlie Kirk was my enemy. He did things I found morally bankrupt, and I warned him about it. And he said, la la la, can't hear you, I'm right, you're wrong. And the things he was fine with came back to bite him in the butt. He was fine with people dying for Second Amendment rights. He was fine with families being bombed in Palestine. Oh, do you know how many kids are missing their parents now? Well, now his kids are missing his parent. He was fine with it before. Why are you different now? You were fine with it before. And so he pointed out all these hypocrites, all these people who are like, yay, Israel, boo, Palestine, are like, oh, Charlie Kirk had a family. And I'm like, uh-huh. Trash. They are trash. When you believe you're going to heaven with Jesus Christ, you're so far out on a crazy limb that you don't matter. So yeah, the universe sent me the sign that Charlie Kirk was going to be demised. Probably because when I wrote Charlie about these things, like the Bible's a genital mutilation hoax, what's happening in Palestine is wrong. When I wrote him these things, he probably said, nope, I'm right, you're wrong, right? And so he got shown. He got fucking shown. So yeah. But yeah, those bitches today, a few of them were cute. Like the first two were like mid to bot. And then there were a few more that were like getting hot. And then by the time the one's ass was standing in my face, whoa, she was a 10. Absolutely captivated me with that. She was a hottie. And it was just like the universe was like, here. Oh, you like that? There you go. Yeah, I love that. So that's what I'm going to do out here is I'm going to keep meditating. Yeah, I developed a lot of really good luck with like manifestations and stuff. So yeah, I used to just do women, just like manifest chicks. And now I do manifesting money, manifesting wealth. I think wealth would be like, you know, my old air pump got ran over. And now I have a new one that works a lot better. Yeah, see, I was going to hold on to the air pump till it died. So they had to kill it so I could get the new one. And the new one was awesome. Yeah, it gets like 0.5 PSI. In the same time, the old one got 0.1. And it doesn't get as hot. And the air vents are better. The display is better. The buttons are better. Woo! This thing is amazing. I'm so glad that happened, right? It's nice and cool. Yeah, I love this spot. This spot, I went to my old spot and it was full and there were signs, right? I was trying to get to my old spot and there was like stuff like this. And then finally when I get to the trail of my old spot, there's like a rock in the middle, like a big rock right in the middle. I was like, that's blocking it. Yeah, and I got there and there was room for me, but it was like populated. Maybe the people in the camper had like chicks, right? Maybe I would have gotten a girlfriend if I went there. That's happened before. Where like a camper pulls up next to me and it's like loaded with women. That's happened. So yeah, Charlie Kirk, man, he fucking lost. When I tell you something, you better listen. You better listen. Yeah, that whole like Thanos and the Second Amendment and the giant oil puddle. I was down there with the flashlight. Like, where'd this oil come from? Whose is this? Right? Because it was like disturbing. And I checked my car some other places. It's not me. But that had happened. It was like gross, right? It was like really crazy. And yeah, that's what happened. So the next day I'm putting on my new necklace, and the next day Charlie Kirk is losing his fucking neck. I'm older than he is by 7 years. Older than he was. Yeah, he died fast. Like as soon as he got shot, it was like you could tell immediately he was like passing out. And by the time like all the blood gushed, he was probably getting lightheaded and dying. He probably felt pain for a couple seconds at most. And then he was just unconscious. I've given people a blood choke before. You choke them out. And they go unconscious fast. They go unconscious real fast. So, yeah, he was probably out immediately. You do an air choke, it's going to take a long time. Air choke, they go out slow. A blood choke, few seconds. Yeah, really quick. So, yeah, he died quick. But the guy, I mean, he didn't shoot him in the head. He could have survived that. He shot him once. They say it was a shooting. Nah, it was a shot. It was a shot. And he was like, are we including gang violence? Right? Which is just a cover for racism. It's just a cover for anti-black racism. They sell black people music that makes them attack each other. These music executives get these music deals and give out money to people who write like kill each other frickin' songs. And then they play that to black neighborhoods like, oh, they're violent. Look at them. And it's like, yeah, no duh. You got him when he was a kid, making him listen to this shit. So I'm a big believer that, like, if you take a white person and color them with Photoshop to look black, everyone's going to be like, that's a black person. And if you take a black person and color them with Photoshop to look white, everyone's going to be like, that's a white person. It's a little real, but it's not real enough to, like, base major decisions on. Yeah. So doesn't mean people don't do that. I'm friends with black people. I got a good friend on here, Aid. Aid's from Africa. Aid and I have been friends for over a year. So he's actually sent me money before. So, yeah, I think he's a cool guy. He and I became friends over anti-circumcision. That's how we got to know each other. But yeah, we've been friends for quite a while. I would never make a friend with someone because they're black. But definitely if you're black and we're friends, I mean, I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to be like, oh, that's cool. I appreciate him. And I do. I think he does good work and he's a considerate man. He's definitely more about having a family than I am. Like, I love bitches. Like, I loved having that bitch's ass in my face today. She could have stood anywhere in that whole goddamn pizza place. And she chose to park her rear right in my face and go, where are we going to sit? You know, and it's not like I was in like, I wasn't in the way. I wasn't in the only spot to stand. She went out of her way to be like, look at this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that had me happy. It had me happy. But yeah, I'm in such a good spot now. It's like hard for people to get to. Like, people in campers aren't going to be able to get to it easy. I did have a couple fire planes flying over me last week, but, you know, I take quite a while, you know. It's like I don't blow up spots so much. I like take breaks and go to other areas and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, you've heard my thoughts. That's how it went today. I wish I had a photo of the girls. Yeah, it was the cutest one. The one I liked the most had her ass right in my face, and I was like, yeah. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I like tall, skinny chicks. I know some girls who like skinny guys. I like skinny chicks. Skinny chicks with huge tits. That's like a wooga for me. That's hot as fuck. Big bitches. Some guys like big bitches. I knew a lot of people a lot of dudes in the military. A lot of dudes like big bitches. A lot of dudes like big bitches. I don't like skinny chicks and no tits, but I love skinny chicks, huge tits. Yeah, I think that's just hot. Awooga. Gorgeous. They have to be like ultra gorgeous too. Like, absolutely fine in the face. No, like, modest, humble. They gotta be fucking gorgeous. And she was a real woman. She had the right arm ratios. She was like real. Yeah, I got to look at some pretty bitch. I would have loved to be in that. So, thanks, universe. No, they gave me everything I wanted. It's like 2-7 new information. I was putting on a fine new necklace when Charlie Kirk was losing his neck. Talk about feeling favored. The Book of God and Jesus guy lost, and the guy who just lived to his own morality with his own heart won. And that's a great story. That's a great story. Nobody told me to be against Israel. Nobody told me the Bible's a genital mutilation hoax. I just did it myself. I looked at the damn thing and thought about it and read it and looked at it and I was like, that's wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. And you know what? The universe had my back. The universe said, Charlie Kirk, I knew the day before that bullet was going to hit him, right? Donos in the Second Amendment and the giant murky red puddle of oil. I don't remember the last time I've investigated an oil puddle. Usually it's just like filter it out. This time I was like, what is this? This is weird, right? And then the very next day I'm putting on a necklace and you get shot in the fucking neck. Yeah. I know what time it is. So he wanted to be a slave of the pedophiles, and he had some justice. The universe knew it would happen. The universe knew it would happen. The universe knew it would happen. It's like, yeah, that's going to go down. Maybe if Charlie hadn't said anything anti-trans, or maybe if Charlie hadn't said anything racist, maybe the shooter would have waited. Maybe the shooter would have been like, if Charlie was like, oh yeah, I made those comments before, I don't stand by them now, I'm sorry for making those, maybe the shooter would have like taken the bullet out. But instead, like, he shot him the moment he's like, yeah, what about gang violence? Wow. His last words were not Jesus Christ. His last words were not I love Jesus. His last words were gang violence. That's art. That's art. So, yeah. Now that another traveler van had some hot ass bitches in it, and then the pizza place had some fine bitches. Fine bitches. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Love it. No, I've been getting that where like I see these trucks and I'm like, oh, that's a dude, and it's like a fucking woman steps out. I've been having that happen. So yeah, I had the affirmations off for a while. I wasn't listening to them anymore. I was just doing wealth. And now I've like incorporated them back in and like added my wealth affirmations in. So yeah, I love it. The like love between a man and a woman is such an intense pleasure. It's absolutely so much fun. And it's exactly why I'm like, oh yeah, to circumcise me. Yeah, right. So I don't masturbate. Uh-huh. Liars. Liars. So yeah, it's sad. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for listening. Yeah, the universe gave me a couple big victories. The universe said, one of your least favorite people who has supported all the things you're against has died violently. Oh yeah, I watched the up close bloody version over and over, like fuck you, fucker. But he had a family. So did all of everyone else. Everyone else had a family too. He didn't give a fuck when it was other people's families because he knows Jesus, right? Yeah, he got what his big dumb mouth was asking for. You want to be at the center of attention on the hottest subjects for millions of people? Okay, go get up there. I'm glad it sent a message to everyone else too. I hope whoever did it gets away. Hope they never find him. It's going to be interesting. It's like kind of this conundrum. You'll never know who it is unless they catch them. And if they don't catch them, you'll never know who it is. So what would I wish? I wish they get away. Yeah, I'd rather never know who did it, because then the mystery prevents them from blaming anyone. And then they're not sure who their enemy is. It's better. So he didn't have to support fucking Palestine genocide. He didn't have to say, well, yeah, some kids have to die so we can have Second Amendment rights. He was fine with people dying so he could have Second Amendment rights. Okay, you're fine with people dying over the Second Amendment? Sure. That's what you said. We're giving you what you asked for, man. Oh, when it's you dying, now it's a problem. Oh, right. No, it really does, like, it takes a lot of brain power to actually think of other people. It takes a ton of brain power to actually think of other people. If you're a fucking idiot, you're never going to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, ever. You're going to be like, well, that was them. Oh, I can ignore that statistic because it's not immediate to me, right? And now all of a sudden, the shooting violence is immediate to all these people who are like, oh, guns are bad. Yeah, no shit, dude. Welcome to reality. So I would definitely be against the shooting of Charlie Kirk if he was like against circumcision, if he often said what happened in Palestine was wrong, if he wasn't pro-Israel, if he didn't support the genital mutilation of kids, if those things were true and he was just like a conservative thinker, and he had kind of his own opinions, one, he wouldn't have as much money or be as famous. And two, he probably would have survived, right? But he went right with go Bible, go Israel, and he got what that looks like. So I hope that's a message to everyone out there. Don't you align with pedo trash. Me liking the chick with her ass in my face, that's not pedo trash. She's an adult of age, drove herself there. She wanted to put her ass in my face. I loved it. It was a sinless, right? Now, if that little girl was farmed by you and the boys she would have known had their cocks cut off, yeah, that's sinful. That's a sinful relationship, and they're going to pay. There's people on earth right now who are circumcising boys and raping girls. The girls didn't want to be there. The girls have no choice. Those people are coming next. Charlie Kirk is just the beginning. Yeah. I invite all the police and all the FBI to join me. Yeah, I invite all the actual people who care about people's lives to get on my side. For real. I'm inviting you. I want you there. I'd rather the peacekeepers and the law keepers understand what the real situation is than keep going, but the rules say, the rules were written by greedy pedophiles. You can't care what the rules say. The rules were written by people who wrote them to their favor. You have to make your own choices, right? The dude following the word of God and Jesus Christ had his head blown off. And the dude who made his own choices and custom made a necklace is wearing some fresh bling and looking at bitches, right? Who won and who lost? You really think Charlie Kirk is like, I'm in heaven? Nah, he's dead. He's experiencing a sleep so deep he doesn't exist anymore. So, yeah, watching Charlie Kirk die, like you can see Charlie Kirk alive. The moments after he got shot were quite different. That was a different Charlie Kirk. He died and he got murdered. So they were not even confirming he was dead. He got taken to the hospital. Nah, he bled out a gush, like a big stream, like a big spray. His eyes rolled back in his head. He fucking died. So, hey, he was fine when it happened to Palestine. He was fine when it was kids sacrificing their lives so he could have Second Amendment rights. You would really be fine if people died over something called an amendment. An amendment is worth the death of others. Oh, that's why he died. Yeah. And that's why the universe told me the day before. The universe sent me a sign. Like, look at this. Obviously, the car that was the Thanos car with the Second Amendment stuff didn't say Charlie Kirk will die. But now it's obvious. It was weird. Someone was in my spot with a Thanos license plate covered in Second Amendment stuff, and there was this big murky red oil puddle under there. That was weird. I never see stuff like that. And it was the same room number as my coin number. The coin number and my room number were the same. It was like, what? Right? But that was it. New information coming. The new information was Charlie Kirk got fucking shot. I didn't like that guy. I did not like that guy. I don't feel bad. Oh no, he had a family. So did Palestine, bitch. Every day he was like, at least Israel's winning. So, hey, he got what he asked for. He said he's fine with it. Like, I don't support Palestine as an idea. I know it's a recent country. I know that Israel is also a recent country and that this situation was caused by people trying to fulfill biblical prophecy. That to me is nuts. The Israel-Palestine situation is because some people from a book club wanted to make the book real. That is nuts. That situation cannot be supported. So yeah. I definitely think that the people who lived in the Palestine area were completely innocent. None of them deserved what happened to them, you know, and Hamas is suspicious. Really? There's a group that always has funding called Hamas. Isn't it weird how Muslims and Jews circumcise? Muslims also cut baby cocks. So is there a secret government behind both of them? Is there a secret government behind both groups, and do they make you fight on purpose to be mean and for entertainment? It's the fact they make them fight on purpose to be mean and for entertainment that has me like, that's what's going on. So, hey, it's sad. I don't like it. I would change that situation in a heartbeat. Anyway, that's my vlog for today. Thanks for watching.